from Island Sun Tarot, and welcome to my July favorites. July has gone by super fast for me. I cannot believe that we're at this point in the year. Before I know it, it'll be Christmas. So this month I had a tiny little accident on my horse. I'm fine, he's fine. For him, it was just superficial. So I had a few weeks that were a little bit more stressful, and I was worried about him and how he was feeling, but thankfully he's doing great, and we were still able to turn in our July virtual show recording. So I'll be getting the results back from that in a couple of days. I'm pretty excited. Just one more month left in that series, and then they do like a series champions because we've been getting points for each month. So I'm really excited. And what else was this month? Not on this channel. I do have another channel where I upload some of my horsey things, but I do collect model horses. So this month was Briarfest, and it's normally held at the Kentucky Horse Park, but last year and this year they've had to do a virtual version, and it's one of those things that I've always wanted to attend ever since I was a little kid, and I used to collect these horses, and I just got back into collecting them within the last 2 years. And so it's been really great to be able to participate in a virtual event for something that I've wanted to go to since I was a little kid. So that was amazing and super fun. Really, really excited to receive some of my special items that I purchased in the mail for Briarfest. So besides those two things kind of dominating the month, I'm surprised that I had as much time as I did to be able to read or anything really, but I have a couple of repeats from months before. I'm sorry about that, but for me it's just inevitable. There's some things that I just fall in love with and I don't put it down. So I'm really sorry for the repeats. Let's just get started with the repeats and get them out of the way. So of course, no surprise to you, I have the Isis Oracle. I cannot say it enough. I love it. It's by Lana Fairchild with the art by Jimmy Manton. Backs of the cards. I have no words. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's nurturing, kind, compassionate. There's this something mystical about it and very divine. And I just love it. It really is for me, a fantastic way to start my day. Even if I have rather early mornings, and sometimes it's more like after I go and take care of my horse and ride, so I'm home and doing breakfast and stuff with the kids. And so it's like a mid-morning kind of thing. My day has already started, but good mid-morning thing. And then I also love it in the evening, sit down with a cup of tea. Its voice is so calming to me. I know the colors are quite warm and vibrant. To me, that just makes it fun, and it feels very powerful because of the colors, but to me, it's still very calming. And then I had mentioned in my Oracle deck collection video that this deck encouraged me to read a book this month. I do have it to show, so just keep the Isis Oracle in mind as we move on, because it's going to come up again. Okay, then for tarot, I have Tarot of the Abyss. So since I got this at the end of May, I've been obsessed with it, which was of course surprising to me because I don't have any black and white decks in my collection at all, and I didn't know how I would get on with it. Turns out I love it, and I thought when I first unboxed it that I might save it for the fall time, and no, I think it's just gonna go all the way through fall and winter. But I honestly think like this deck is the type of deck that you could use year round. And just as I move through my collection and start using different decks, there's just so many. And yes, some of the colors do lend to a certain season, but I really feel like I just want to do a video of pretty much half my collection that I use year round, just because I either love it so much or because it's just so versatile. So stay tuned for that. I've been thinking about putting that together. it would probably seriously be like half my collection. But yes, Tarot of the Abyss. I love the detail. I love some of the more modern cards, but then I do love some of the, like the Hierophant in this one. We probably won't be able to find it. I'm sorry, I don't want to search. Could be the last one. So yes, I know the perspective too. The perspective on some of these cards is really great. As you, the reader, the viewer, looking into the card, it pulls you in. Oh, she's beautiful. Last one. See, I love this. I feel like this bird is being shared with us. Oh, so gorgeous. So Tarot of the Abyss by Anna Turian. It's published by US Games, and the quality is really lovely. It's a thinner cardstock, but it shuffles really well. I really like this one because it is almost exactly just a tad thinner than my Spirit Song Tarot, also published by US Games. This is by Paulina Cassidy. Wonderful production quality on this. I love this deck. I had gone a couple months without using some of my like only animal decks because I was kind of using like the Children of Letha that has animals and then like mystical creatures kind of in it. And I have a couple animal decks here because I missed them. I can't go very long without using an animal only deck. I don't know if it's just because I get, I don't want to say irritated, but like bored or just like frustrated with some of the more human-like aspects, and so I appreciate the simpleness of a animal only deck, and then also because the animals are just very earthy to me, and I love that feeling. And a lot of my animal decks have a good selection of water animals, and I really like that for the summer. I do live in Hawaii. We're at the beach a lot, and I love the ocean, and so I like that energy in a deck. Here we have a wonderful one. Oh, this deck is so detailed. It's really gorgeous, and even though it's busy, this is still a very like comforting deck for me. This is another really gorgeous one. So yes, the Spirit Song Tarot. I've really been enjoying this one. Okay, these next two are kind of repeats. I, use them from time to time. They're kind of a constant. I don't really ever put them away. They're always just kind of out. So I do have the Shadowscapes Tarot, which is just so freeing. It's very clear, concise. There's no like beating around the bush. It's blunt with me. It can be nurturing and loving, but for the most part, it's very straightforward, but not in a cold way. Oh, this is precious. One of my favorite Hierophant cards. Like, this deck has so many of my favorite cards of whichever card. So many that are just so stunning and so gorgeous. I almost want to rebuy the new version. I saw it at my local metaphysical store, Hex and Rue, and it looks like it's in the nice box with the magnetic closure on the side, and I wonder if the new cardstock is that thinner, glossier Llewellyn, because this is the like older cardboard kind. Like, if I tried to bend this card right now to show its flexibility, there is none. It would fold in half, there'd be a crease, it would rip. That's it. So I almost want to get that other box set just to have this on the new cardstock. Not sure, I'm torn. So yes, beautiful reader. This is another one that I feel like the Tarot of the Abyss, where it could be year round. I'm pretty sure I have included this in either my spring or my summer, but really that's because of the colors. The colors are just so vibrant. It's like speaks of new life. But really, for me personally, I use it year round. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, I think I put this down probably in March when I got the Druidcraft kind of like took over, and this one was screaming at me this month, and it wanted to remind me that it is my favorite, not to be outdone by the Druidcraft, the Animal Totem Tarot by Lisa Robertson. The art is by Eugene Smith. And like I said, I was really feeling that animal energy this month, the tranquility that comes from it, the simplicity of it. And this is a deck that definitely doesn't hold my hand. It's very blunt and honest, but I'm like that as a person and as a friend. And so I really appreciate that from this. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. Yeah, there are so many cards on this that just make me smile, that I love so, so much. And I just think that the artwork and the style is so gorgeous. Yeah, so this is another one that I use year round, and I think the only reason why I sort of put it down was just because I really dove into the Druidcraft, reading the book, and I was just so drawn to work with it that I had put everything else down and slowly but surely started using other decks. But yeah, this is a soul deck for me. I love it so much. So the Animal Totem Tarot. It does not want to be put in the corner. It says it's on a pedestal and would like to remain there. So next let's do crystals. I only have two types of crystals that I really wanted to work with this month. And first we have Aventurine. I have a little chip here. This is kind of like the carry in your pocket, carry in your purse size. Very gorgeous. It's actually really nice with the light on it. And then I have this larger egg size. Really gorgeous color on this one too. So Aventurine is actually really a stone of prosperity. However, it is a comforting stone, and that's how this stone makes me feel. It's just very nurturing. It's a heart stone, heals the heart. And I love it. I love this piece, this egg piece. I got it at a crystal show and I was with my grandma, and it's just, oh, the size of it is perfect to hold in your hand. You just want to sit with it and get the energy from it. It also has a cute little stand, and it sits nice for readings on my table. So these are perfect for the pocket size. It's nice and flat, but still has a very gorgeous color. So Aventurine. The other crystal, I have 3 different pieces to show. I do have some smaller, like gemmy, like tumbled pieces of this that I really do like, but they're real small to show, is clear quartz. I do have an ice clear quartz and then a couple of more natural style. And these are just energy amplifiers. They absorb energy, they store energy, and they release energy. And they're powerful. I have a couple of really powerful pieces. This one I really love for my readings. I can kind of hold it in the light and see there. It's stunning. The energy from it is amazing. And I also feel like it takes that negativity and just zaps it. Gone. Only positive vibrations from these stones. And this is my other. Oh, I love this one. It literally looks like a giant ice cube. That's how clear it is. It's beautiful. Again, with the perfect size to hold. The energy from this is so wonderful, so beautiful. I'm sorry, I'll try to hold it up so you can see the current through it. That's how clear it is. So stunning. I don't know, this one really gives me like a goddess stone vibe. This would have been kept on an altar space, cherished, carried lovingly in a velvet pouch tied around their belt as a tool to constantly be used. Oh, I love this one so much, and it's been so beautiful to sit with at the end of the night. Just any negativity from the day because of what happened with my horse, that really weighs real heavy on me. And so at the end of the day, having a cup of tea, it's just that decompressing from the day feeling. And I feel like this stone just sucked all that out and just released loving, pure energy. And I really needed that this month. So this has been my friend. All right, next I have books, but I do have one book that kind of goes with some of the tarot stuff. It's pretty big. The Egyptian Book of the Dead. So, they have this at my local metaphysical store. It's called Hex and Rue. They do a lovely little live show, and she does set up a large like sale table, and it's really fast, and people are bidding and buying things left and right. She does jewelry, candles, tarot, books, and she has a large library selection. Like literally, if you go to Barnes & Noble, and we only have one Barnes & Noble on the island, so if you go to Barnes & Noble and you're looking in the metaphysical section for like dreams even, or astrology, anything like that, they will literally tell you to go to her store because her library selection is so large, and it's just all of that stuff, all that category. So I've read about 3/4 of this. I want to show you a couple pictures just because it's all translated. Sorry, I have the window open, so these are actual pictures of the scrolls, and all the art has been remastered, so it's all been like cleaned. So some of the spaces where you see like the white space, they're going through, and so this is Osiris. I'm sorry, it's so hard to show because it's so big. So it says on the back, the Papyrus of Ani is the most beautiful, best preserved, and complete example of ancient Egyptian philosophical and religious thought. Written and illustrated some 3,300 years ago, the Egyptian Book of the Dead is an integral part of the world's spiritual heritage. Presented here in full color with accompanying English translation, includes a survey of the continuing importance of ancient Egypt in modern culture, a detailed history of Egyptian scholarship, and an annotated bibliography and study guide, and several improvements to the color palettes. So I love Egyptian history, and I wanted to learn more about it. And because I love the Isis Oracle so much, I saw this book on. So after she does like the sale table, she'll take a walk around the shop and just let people just be like, oh, can I look at that? Can I look at that? And she just shows stuff on the camera. And so this book was actually really nice and wrapped in plastic, but just when I asked her if we could see it and I saw the back, what I just read you, I knew that I wanted it. So here we have, so pretty. I love this. The great God, Lord of God's domain. Let me have it kind of. And then all of this Egyptian writing that's here and then on this side one here is all translated down at the bottom. And it's just been really beautiful. Some of it can be a little heavy. And then they do have this like map key in the middle. So this is like the order that you should go in. Let me just show you real quick. So everything is numbered because these are all different plates, right? So yeah, it's so beautiful, and I just really love the artwork. It's just stunning. But then we even have pages like this where everything is just translated down at the bottom. So yes, and then I said this in my Oracle collection video. By no means do you need to research or read a book like this in order to enjoy the Isis Oracle. I just love the Isis Oracle so much that I wanted to know more. And that is why I got this book. So don't be intimidated by me showing this. If you love the artwork in the Isis Oracle, please get it. It's amazing. So the Book of the Dead, I've really been enjoying it. I'm going to continue reading it next month. And now we move on to the non-tarot related things. So for this, well, I guess we started it a while ago. We have watched other things in between, so it's just every now and then we are trying to finish it. But my boyfriend and I have been rewatching all the Vampire Diaries, and I've always wanted to read the books. And I honestly just think it's like one of those guilty pleasure shows because it is so dramatic, but also kind of like fast-paced, so it can be fun. And I mean, at the end of the night, I have 2 kids, and my boyfriend works all day, so I mean, we're tired. And if you're just going to spend 40 minutes watching something, for the most part, it's rare that you watch an episode where you're just like, okay, well, that wasn't so great. So most of the time we don't have time to watch a movie, or, you know, so if we're gonna watch something, it's been pretty fun. So I wanted to read the books for a while now, and I finally just decided to do it, and it was amazing. Yes, it is in the young adult section, but it almost makes it like a faster read because I'm used to reading. It's really, for me, it's not the writing, it's the way that it's formatted. So I'm used to reading like smaller font, more words per page, and like it's just a larger font. And so you feel like it just goes by super quick. So I was actually reading this, and I was almost done with it when I got Half Sick of Shadows in the mail. So last month I mentioned that I joined Book of the Month. So this was actually my June collection because I ordered it at the end of June, right when I joined. And then July, I didn't pick a book. I'm normally into science fiction fantasy. They only had like thrillers and romance and something else for their like a July summer selection. So I just skipped, which you're allowed to do, which is super awesome. So Half Sick of Shadows, it is a King Arthur retelling, but it's from the point of view of a seer, another character, or an oracle, Elaine. And oh my gosh, don't get me wrong, I love a good King Arthur retelling, and that's why I picked this book, but I had no idea that I was going to like it half as much as I did. I do have, I think, just a couple chapters left, and I'm almost done, but I'm loving it so much that I don't think anything is going to change how I feel in the next couple of chapters. I'm just going to be sad that it's over, because I'm pretty sure this is a standalone novel. It is not a series, but I have loved it so much, and I definitely recommend Book of the Month. I'm excited to see. I haven't checked for their August picks yet, but I will, and hopefully I'll pick another something great and be able to share it with you guys. So Half Sick of Shadows, my first book from the Book of the Month Club. I loved it. So there you have it, my July favorites. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Put down in the comments below decks that you've been working with or books that you've read that you really enjoyed this month. I'd like to see. So I'll see you for the next one, guys. Bye!